This simple node will transform your images from looking like this to this. It will give you more details and clarity than a normal image generation method. This will also work on your low VRAM graphic cards as well. Alright, let's get into the video. This node is called HiresFix. Before we can use it, we need to install a couple of custom node packs. This node comes with a custom nodes pack called Efficiency Nodes for ComfyUI version 2. I also use a few more custom node packs such as Seed Everywhere, UltimateSDUpscale, Impact Pack, and a couple more. You can find the names of those node packs in the description and install all of them using the ComfyUI manager. I'm also using the ControlNet lineart model with the HiresFix node. You can download the lineart model from the description and copy it into your ControlNet models folder. Alright, this is the workflow I use for the HiresFix script. You can download this workflow from the link in the description. I will go over each part one by one. In the first group we have all the setup. The first one is a simple checkpoint loader that will load our checkpoint model. Then I have a LoRa stack here with 3 LoRa slots. If you want to use more than 3 LoRa models for some reason, you can clone this node and connect that to this dot here. Next, we have a VAE model loader and an upscale model loader here. I'm also using a Seed Everywhere node to use the same seed throughout different samplers I want. Finally, I have set up a switch for the latent image. One is for the empty latent image if I'm using text to image. 2 is for the image to image. Keep in mind that you have to change the denoise in the first sampler according to this choice. For example, if you are using text to image, you have to set the denoise to 1. And if you are using it for image to image, you have to set it lower than 1, depending on what you want to achieve. After that, we have positive and negative prompts set up here. I also have a ControlNet set up on the other workflow in case you are using that. You can input an image and select a model and preprocessor from these nodes. I'm using these get and set nodes to avoid making the workflow messy. You can set a name to any dot and use that anywhere in the workflow without actually connecting the dots with a line. It's kind of like using Wi-Fi instead of a direct cable, for example. Since we will be running additional HiresFix steps other than base generation steps, and those steps are done at a higher resolution than the base generation, it can take a while to output the final HiresFix image. So I have a separate box set up just for the base generation without the HiresFix. That way, I can just disable the HiresFix section and just run the base generation to check how it will look for each specific seed. Since we are using a fixed seed, we will get a very similar looking image to HiresFix with this base generation section. For this, you have to use a fixed seed though. Otherwise, you will get different results each time you run the workflow. We got a K sampler and a VAE decoder with a preview image box here, since we are just taking a look at how it would look before HiresFix. We aren't saving the image, and this usually takes a minute in my low-end setup. So it is pretty convenient to do this before you actually run the HiresFix script, especially in a low-end system. Then we have the HiresFix section below that. It is the same thing but has the HiresFix script attached to the script dot in the sampler. Also, we have a save image instead of preview image node. I will go over important settings I have in this HiresFix script. Upscale type is latent, and the model is the same model I used. I'm upscaling by 1.5 here. I plan to run this output through a different upscaler and make it bigger by another 0.5. So in the end, the output image will be upscaled 2 times. I'm doing 14 high-res steps here. Going above that does so little in terms of the detail and overall quality. So you don't have to go beyond this. Since this is a latent upscale, you kind of have to use at least 0.4 or more denoise value I am using a ControlNet model here. Canny edge detection models works fine here, but I use a lineart model which I think is perfect for this. But you can use different preprocessors and models to achieve different results. And so what I would do is disable all the groups except the setup group and base generation group. Then I would set a fixed seed and run the workflow to see what kind of image comes out with the particular seed. If I don't like the outcome, I would change the seed and run it again. And when I finally get an image I like, I would disable the base generation group and enable the HiresFix group. Then I would run the workflow again with the same seed. This can take a while depending on the system you have. When it has finished and the image doesn't look as you would want, you can go ahead and try adjusting the denoise in the HiresFix script, or use a different ControlNet model. Or even disable ControlNet entirely and see if you can get a different image. If not, you can just try a different seed. Once you have an outcome you like, you can then proceed to send this to the next section, where we will upscale the image to a total of 2 times of the base generation. I have set up 2 upscale methods that I showed in our upscaled guide video. Basically, if you want to upscale it quickly, you can use the K-sampler upscale section. Or if you don't mind spending a little time, you can use the UltimateSDUpscale section. In my opinion, the UltimateSDUpscaler gives the best results. So you can enable one of these upscale groups depending on your situation. Since I'm just demonstrating the workflow, I would enable the K-sampler upscaler. But if I want the best quality image, I would be using the UltimateSDUpscale. You can watch my Upscaler's Guide video if you want to learn more about these methods in detail. I am using a regular image upscaler with Lanczos method before I run it through the sampler. I am manually setting the width and height here. You can just use the base generation size and multiply that by 2 times since you can do basic math inputs in ComfyUI. You will get a better looking output image from this. And additionally, I have set up a face detailer in the end here. But usually you don't need this, since the upscaled image will probably have a good looking face. But you can increase the quality of your image by redrawing the face with a higher resolution using Face Detailer. You can watch my HiresFix methods video to learn more about the Face Detailer. I have set up a switch here to select which upscaler you used. If you are using the K-sampler upscale, set this to 1. And if you are using the UltimateSDUpscaler, select 2. You can learn more about upscale methods and HiresFix methods that works on low-end systems by watching my previous guide videos. You can find the links to them in the description and a playlist to all the ComfyUI guides as well. All my guides are targeted towards low-end systems, but you can learn a thing or two from them, even you have a high-end system. I will post 2 workflows in the description. One is for regular text-to-image or image-to-image generation, and the other one is the same but uses ControlNet. If you have any questions or issues running it, you can ask them in the comments section. I will try my best to assist you. In the next video, I will show you a bunch of custom nodes you must have on your ComfyUI installation. These custom nodes will make things much easier for you. Alright, I will see you soon in the next video. Have fun.